My name's Lisa Cary, and I would like to share with you why I love somatics. Somatics changed my life. Literally, it gave me my life back. I had been living for 7 years with daily chronic sciatic nerve pain and spent thousands of dollars going to doctors and practitioners and therapists, really trying to find someone who could fix me. And out of desperation and frustration, one day I found myself at a somatic movement class. And I got up off the floor after doing the movements, and I stopped in my tracks because for the first time in 7 years, I had no pain. And it kind of blew my mind, because I had a pretty strenuous yoga practice I'd been doing where I was really trying to stretch and really trying to break through to the next level to get to the other side of the pain. And so that began my journey. And I began to understand that the body is not a machine that you can fix, but it's an intelligent field of awareness that when given new input, it can reorganize itself and rebalance itself. We have a very sensitive nervous system, and beginning to pay attention to the sensations in the body led me down a whole new path of discovery. I've been teaching somatics now for 27 years. Because I get to witness the transformative effect that this kind of movement has on my students every single week. I have a private practice where I get to see people who, just like me, who think they are stuck in a repetitive cycle of pain, can learn to move differently. And the only thing that's standing in their way is their own habitual unconscious patterns. My evolution with somatics has led me to working with clients as an organic intelligence trauma-informed coach. And I get to see how these very gentle, nurturing, subtle movements help the nervous system to self-regulate so that my clients can find safety in being embodied. So I love practicing somatics, I love teaching somatics, and most of all, I love living somatics, because I know at any time when I'm feeling some tension or some stress in my body that I can get on the floor and I can allow my body to show me, to guide me into the invitation to unravel its tension patterns. And that is something that I am so grateful for. So in today's 12-minute video, I would like to share with you archetype movements. And archetype movements is where it all began. It's where we first began to move in utero. And we'll be using the star position to discover some developmental movement patterns. And the star is the 2 arms, 2 legs, the head and the tail. And I hope you enjoy going back to the foundational movement patterns. Thank you for going on this journey with me. We begin by pausing and arriving here, centering and allowing the body to feel contact with the ground. Bringing awareness now to the breath, allowing the breath to move the spine in a wave-like motion, the belly expanding with the in-breath, rocking the pelvis downward toward the tailbone, and the belly emptying as it recedes back to the floor, tailbone slightly lifting. Joining with the natural movement of the breath of life as it enlivens the spine. And then holding on to the knees with the hands, feet off the floor, allowing the wave of breath to continue as the movement increases. The knees moving toward the chest and away from the chest. Finding your own place of comfort as you're gently drawing the knees toward the chest. Enjoying the rocking of the spine and the pelvis. And then expanding out into the six-pointed star, smoking out from the center into radiant extension. Folding back in to the cocoon of flexion, flexing wrists, arms, hips, and legs into the center. Expanding out again, elongating the spine through the reach of the arm and legs. And alternating this pattern of folding and unfolding, creating an embodiment of equilibrium between the two oscillating movements of life, expansion and contraction. And sensing the energetic quality of the two movements, the safety of the fetal position, the expansion, the opening, the largeness of you when you're in your expanded state. Moving now into half body flexion or homolateral movement, the same side elbow and knee coming together to create a folding on the shortened side. C curving the spine to the right and then to the left. Discovering this oscillation between having a short side and a long side at the same time. Moving with attention to our own body sensations as we explore our body's natural design. And now we're exploring cross-lateral movement as one knee and elbow bends out to the side and then comes in toward the midline, into flexion. Expanding out away from the midline and back into the star. The opposite knee and elbow, flexing, opposite knee and elbow bending, sliding along the floor, and then lifting in toward the center or the midline, bringing the head into the fold. Linking up the diagonal patterns of the body. Connecting the diagonals through the center. Using your internal sensing to refine the quality of the movement, using less effort and tension. Pausing here now for some rhythmic rocking, initiated through the feet, sending a wave of impulse, of undulation up through the spine and into the head, allowing the head to respond by bobbing up and down, integrating fluid spinal motion. Spinal motion being the foundation of all movement in the arms and legs, gradually decreasing to stillness and rest. Holding the knees with the hands again, we move into baby rolling. One knee opening out to the side, the other knee following by rolling so that you're on your side. Imagining yourself as a baby, soft and fluid, discovering how natural movement comes from a harmonious coordination that feels good and is easeful. And while on your side, pausing for a moment to enjoy a moment of extension by straightening the top arm and the top leg long, folding back into flexion, baby rolling to the other side, and then extending the top arm and leg long, adding that satisfying reach out from your center. Letting the neck and head join in the movement and the opportunity to roll. You are listening to what's happening inside your body as you move, developing a sensitivity to what works best for your own structure. By reducing the force with which we move, we become even more perceptive, sensing the changes happening in each moment of discovery. And then pausing on your back to sense, feel, and notice what you are more aware of. Returning to the star position, bending the knees and keeping them wide, allow the left knee to drop in toward the center as the left arm reaches up and over to the right in a half body roll. And just taking this opportunity here to spoke out through the arm, through the knee, or through the long leg in an alternating way to tease out more fascial length in any way that feels good to you. Rolling from side to side, being attentive to your own body's sensations and just using arm and legs as a lever to spoke out from the center. Exploring non-habitual patterns that allow your brain and nervous system to discover new possibilities. Now into the stars, we move into a homologous movement, both arms and legs moving together. First, bending your knees and elbows out to the side, drawing the elbows and knees together. And then allowing knees and elbows and hands to meet at the midline. Timing everything so that it's moving together in sync. Pausing to return to stillness, that place of embodied being. We end this practice with a moment of gratitude for this opportunity to be awake and alive in physical form. Thank you for joining me.